sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, with that, welcome everybody into the Iowa State postgame press conference. We're thankful to be joined by a couple of student athletes at Addy Brown and Audi Crooks and head coach Bill Fennelly as well. Some housekeeping notes. If you weren't here yesterday, just a reminder to please silence your cell phones throughout the course of the press conference. Also, please, if you're asking a question, provide your name and media affiliation prior to each question you ask. If you're joining us on Zoom, just hit the raise your hand function. We'll get to Zoom questions after we get to questions in-house and in person. Photographs are welcome, but please no flash photography. And then lastly, recording a press conference with your phone or camera is prohibited. So we'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll get to some questions just for the student athletes, let them go, and then get questions just for Coach. So, Bill, if you want to take things over.
I think that was a hell of a way to start the NCAA tournament. That was one thing we told our team was we'll get to play in the first game and played an outstanding Princeton team. Really proud of the way we played. Just second quarter, right, we had a little out-of-body experience, I think. But after that, these two did what these two have done for us all year and played as hard as we could play and needed to, and excited and flattered that we get to come back here and play a great Michigan team on Friday.
Okay, with that, we'll open things up for questions just for the student athletes first.
Addy, what did Bill tell you guys at halftime?
He kind of just told us that it was on us, and if this is how we wanted to go out, then that would kind of be a shame because we didn't come this far just to come this far.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of put the ball in our court and said, it's up to you. I mean, if you guys are happy with this effort, then go out there and do the same thing. And if you're not, you better change it or you're going to go home. So it's kind of up to us, and we took it and ran with it.
What was kind of the mood or feeling around everybody as Princeton closed out the end of that second quarter on the run that they went on?
I think our energy was a little low, but I think we've been in that position before. I mean, a couple of people said at halftime, remember last year, we were down like 20 points at halftime. We came back and won. So that kind of got people excited. But, I mean, we picked each other up at halftime. We kept the positive energy going, and we came out. And second half is 0-0, and that's how we came out and started the half.
Yeah, I feel like we were a completely different team in the second quarter. Like he said, it was kind of an out-of-body experience. I think we kind of just blanked a little bit, but thankfully we were able to come back with a fresh mindset, new attitude, new energy in that second half.
What changed maybe from the second quarter to the third quarter that allowed you guys to take off?
I don't know if anything really changed, but we just, I think, started to execute a lot better. We took our time with our offensive possessions especially. We did better defensively, I thought, in the third quarter, limiting their second chance opportunities.
Yeah, I think our effort was better overall. Just I think we kind of came out flat, and they took advantage of us there. But in the second half, we turned that around, and we came out and hit first. And I think we did good with that. And then just a little bit of urgency on the defensive end. We were a step faster than we were in the first half.
How much of the post-game celebration for Coach Fennelly was on your mind or planned? How much did you kind of work that out, and what was that whole? What's that mean to you guys to be a part of that?
Truthfully, I knew we were coming up on the number, but I didn't know the number was going to be today. And they just kind of handed us signs, and I think we all just kind of realized, like, yay, we're so happy for him, and definitely blessed to be coached by him and a part of a program, 800 wins. You know, I just think about all the players that came before us and how grateful we are to be kind of in that lineage and in that path, and happy that we could get it done for him and for this program today.
Connor Ferguson, Cyclone Fanatic. Audi, you guys mentioned how difficult, or I guess how you got to executing in the third quarter. Is there something that you guys have to get better at learning how to execute, or is it something that kind of comes around naturally in a game like that?
You know, I think we're a team that sometimes tends to have slower starts, or we have lapses in judgment, or we might play half of a good quarter, and then for the rest of the half we don't play as well. So I think it's just little lapses and little breaks in intensity, and you know, sometimes I think we tend to take a couple plays off, and those things can't happen in March because the result is what happened at halftime. So it's just learning from that, progressing from that, and coming out ready to go and aggressive from the start.
And for both you guys, does getting down like that, obviously you saw what happened last season at Stanford, but does doing that today, is there anything that you can take forward moving on for Michigan on Friday?
Come out strong, no slow starts. We can't afford to have a slow start against them. They're a really good team. We can't put ourselves in a hole that we can't get out of. So when the ball goes up, we got to be ready to go, and we got to finish out the whole game, the whole 40 minutes.
Audie, what was kind of your mindset or approach there in the second half where you really seemed to flourish?
Yeah, Coach Fenn just kind of said to remember, how, who, and why you do what you do. And I think for me, that just kind of lit a spark because we all play for people that are special to us in our lives, and I'm no different. So I just kind of thought about all the people that helped me get to where I was, and it just really drove me and motivated me in that moment.
He said that to you or the whole team?
The whole team.
Any other questions for our student athletes? No? Okay. Audie and Addy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
And can I say something?
Oh, absolutely.
I know you have to do your job, but can we minimize the 800 stuff? These guys, I mean, we just won an NCAA tournament game, and it's 23 for them, and we get to play Friday. And I know that's part of it, and it's a blessing, and I'm blessed my family's here to share it with me, but I'd rather, if we could, I'll answer anything tomorrow, but can we focus on what these guys just did would be, I know, sorry, I think that would be a nice thing.
With that, open it up for questions for Coach Fennelly. Oh, you're all good.
What do you think changed for you guys from the second quarter to the third quarter?
There was no big-time halftime speech. What the kid said, I did talk to them about, this is not who we've been. We were, and again, you have to give Princeton a lot of credit. They defended us well. We just made some really bad decisions at both ends of the court, and I just told them, I said, at some point the scoreboard is going to go dark, but you're going to remember what you did, how you did it. Did you do the best that you could? And I always tell our teams, at Hilton, when you walk up the ramp with your head up, your eyes open, and a smile on your face, and your heart full because you did what you could do. And that's all I told them. Like, this is not, we don't want to go out this way. And I think the good thing about these guys is they know that. Like, I didn't have to say anything to them that they didn't know. And the other thing was, I made a huge mistake in the first half. I tried to say, Emily Ryan's on a pitch count, so I tried to save her minutes for the second half, and it literally almost cost us the game. Because a lot of the time when we struggled offensively, she was out of the game. So that was a mistake on my part.
Did you come close to calling a timeout during that big barrage?
Yeah, I did, but I should have called a timeout. You get so caught up in saving them. I guarantee you my father, God rest his soul, is screaming, call a timeout for God's sake. But I mean, we had 2 layups. So it was like, I thought we were getting enough, but yeah, when it went from 7 to 13 like it did so fast, and then it's like you're at the end of the half and you're like, all right, we can get to halftime, and that was a mistake. Again, that was completely on me.
I know you don't want to talk about 800, but could you maybe talk about what the moment was like coming off the court and having everybody surround you
Yeah.
and celebrate you?
No, it's you do this job for a lot of reasons, and that's one I'll remember forever. And the biggest thing is, my whole family's here to share it with me, and my staff that's been with me a lot of those 800. Ironically, it happened at Notre Dame where I was the assistant coach and left here and got my first head coaching job. Thanks to Coach McGraw and Digger Phelps, got me the head job at Toledo, and that's kind of where it started. My wife and my youngest son Stephen was born here, and Billy, they went to where we used to live this morning, and maybe it's just a little bit of karma today. So it was fun. It like I said, you have certain moments that professionally you cherish, and that this is one that I'll put that sign in my casket.
Emily Ryan became the Big 12's all-time assist leader. What do you think that means for her? I know she probably says she doesn't care about it. What do you think of the accomplishment?
Well, I think, you're exactly right. She'll say, I don't care, we won the game. She'll say, I get to throw it to a lot of great players in her 5 years, which is correct. But you think about, the Big 12 is one of the best leagues in the country. And when you say you are the best ever in this league, that's pretty big when you look at the players that have played in this league. So it's just an amazing story for her, and just the way she played tonight, I think, she kind of willed her team to win in the game, and some of the plays that she made were Emily Ryan at her best, and it was fun to see her, celebrate and be as excited as she was, because she's earned it.
Connor Ferguson, Cyclone fanatic. Bill, here I was thinking you just all of a sudden learned how to do the halftime speech. But that third quarter, to see your team click like that, what's it like to, you put yourself in that position. I probably asked you a similar question last year. But what's it like to see them play and execute at that level that they were for the first probably 8 minutes of the third?
No, I don't know that we – and that's the thing I kept telling them during the timeouts. It's like it's the same opponent, same building, same teams, completely different games. And we were not who we should have been in the second quarter, and you have to give Princeton credit for that. But in the third quarter, I thought offensively we showed a little more patience. We only turned the ball over 4 times in the second half. We got the ball reversed and just decided – it's like we were going to run the ball and give the ball to 55 every chance we could. And then you get a 3 from someone in transition. But defensively, we were much better. Their stuff is really hard to guard. And I thought we did as good a job as we could guarding them. They missed a couple shots that helped us. And, we made a couple big plays. But that's the nature of the game, and that's certainly the nature of the NCAA tournament. Is you got to, we scored on an inbounds play that we put in this morning. Just stuff like that you got to find a way. But the third quarter, we were really good.
Was that third quarter maybe representative of this team at its best, or what you've kind of always hoped to see from them?
I would agree with that, and especially given the time, the situation, the opponent. Yes, the desperation that your season is in the back of your mind. You're thinking, is the NCAA going to make us fly home tonight? You're thinking all those kind of things. Sorry, but no, I thought, when you put it all together, opponent, where it was, situation, desperation, it was an amazing effort by our team.
Max Hines, Daily Princetonian. Ashley Shia for Princeton scored 7 points in the first 2 minutes and then 8 in the rest of the game. What did you see your team do to effectively neutralize her on offense? Yeah,
she's really, really good. And Ariana Jackson guarded her most of the night. And a couple times early, we got messed up on some. They do a really good job of dribble handoffs. But I thought we did a much better job of helping. And AJ got into her and made it a little tougher. Like anything, when you play a great player, you work really hard, you help a lot, and you hope they miss a couple. And, I thought, early I'm like, oh my goodness. And it's like I said to the TV people, when you play a team that you have never played, that you're going off a video and you're like, are they that good? Are they that big? Are they that fast? She was much better in live than I thought on video. Very talented kid. She makes the game look easy. She doesn't force anything. All her shots were good. And AJ worked as hard as we could, but it was a player and a half on her the whole second half. And like I said, we guarded her well, but we got lucky a couple times too.
Any other questions for Coach? think we're done. Thanks so
Okay.
much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Reminder that Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Media Hub at ncaa.very